Last week I called Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood, a market manipulator. And the reason why I did that is because he stopped people from purchasing shares in stocks like GameStop. There were some others also. He would allow you to sell as many shares as you wanted to, but you couldn't buy. Coincidentally, purchasing the shares worked against the trade that billion-dollar hedge funds had made in GameStop. They bet GameStop was going to drop. The retail investors, the mom and pop individual investors, they bet the other way. They bet GameStop was going up, and they put their money where their mouth was by buying shares in GameStop. Well, as they started buying, these hedge funds started losing money big time. Vlad Tenev steps in and he orders Robinhood to stop allowing people to purchase shares in GameStop. He would allow you to sell shares in GameStop, which miraculously, ironically, right, worked in the favor of the hedge funds. You could sell, but you couldn't buy. Blatant market manipulation. I'm going to show you part of an interview he did. He sounds nervous. He sounds like a man who knows that he messed up and should be talking to federal investigators soon. Now, he's got an alternative position on this. He has come out and done an interview with CNBC. I'm going to show you part of that in a minute. And in that interview, he's saying that no, there was no market manipulation. What happened was the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, the DTCC, basically who they are, is they're like the gatekeepers of the stocks as they transact from buyer to seller. They keep an eye on that, and they keep a record of what's what and who's who owns, who sold, who bought, that sort of thing. So he's saying, Vlad Tenev is saying, he got a call at 3 a.m. from the DTCC, and they said, we need you to come up with $3 billion. Now, why would they ask him to do that? Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a Nobel laureate to figure it out. They had concerns about his liquidity. They had concerns about the liquidity of Robinhood. So either I'm right. Now again, this is what he's saying. He's saying they called him and they told him they needed him to come up with $3 billion. So either I'm right and Vlad Tenev and Robinhood are engaged in market manipulation, or he's right and his company has a liquidity problem. Either way, not good. No bueno. Not good at all. From the standpoint of you putting your money with a company that, you're entrusting them to, when you go to sleep at night, you're entrusting them with your money. You've got your shares of whatever company there with you. You're supposed to have peace of mind that that brokerage has the wherewithal to handle that. Okay? Listen, this is how they make their money over at Robinhood. You get what you pay for. So you don't pay a transaction fee when you buy stock. The reason they're able to do that because they aggregate user information and then they market that to other companies. Okay, and then they can afford to give you a platform that doesn't charge you transaction fees to purchase or sell stocks. So that's fine. That's a fine model. I don't have a problem with it. If it's spelled out in the terms of use, then fine. No problem. The issue again here is either they are dishonest market manipulators or they do not have enough capital to have that company running in such a way that would give me peace of mind that my money is safe and secure. And again, I'm not talking safe and secure as far as what I'm invested in. I know that there's risk there. But with regard to the brokerage that holds your money, there's supposed to be a lot of confidence, a whole lot of confidence there. So you take that and do with it what you will as a part of doing your due diligence on investments. This is a huge aspect, the wherewithal of the actual brokerage. Take a look at this interview and you tell me if Vlad Tenev inspires confidence in you.
The CEO of Robinhood, Vlad Attentive is with us right now, and we appreciate you joining us on a day where there are so many questions. And as Melissa just said, there are, frankly, as you know, a lot of angry customers out there and a lot of questions about what took place and the decisions that you made to limit so many of your customers' ability to buy stocks like GameStop. Questions about whether you have a liquidity problem, whether you're trying to protect them from themselves, whether Citadel did this. Explain what happened today.
Thank you for having me on the show again, Andrew. So what happened today was, as you pointed out, we had to make a very difficult decision. It's been a challenging day. We made the decision in the morning to limit the buying of about 13 securities on our platform. So to be clear, customers could still sell those securities if they had positions in them, and they could also trade in the thousands of other securities on our platform. So it was a difficult decision, and that's what we had to do as part of normal operations.
But explain then, why did you do this? Did the SEC call you and tell you you had to do this? Was there a problem inside the company in terms of liquidity, in terms of the amount of deposits that you had to put it in front to the exchanges? What led to this?
Sure, and let me explain exactly how this works. Well, first of all, I want to address some of the misinformation that's been out there, because there's a lot of it. We absolutely did not do this at the direction of any market maker or hedge fund or anyone we route to or other market participants. The reason we did it was because Robinhood is a brokerage firm. We have lots of financial requirements, including SEC net capital requirements and clearinghouse deposits. So that's money that we have to deposit at various clearinghouses. So some of these requirements fluctuate quite a bit based on volatility in the markets, and they can be substantial in the current environment where there's a lot of volatility and a lot of concentrated activity in these names that have been going viral on social media. So we're really in unprecedented times, and in order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks. And to be absolutely clear, go ahead.
But it sounds to me, though, that you're suggesting that there was a liquidity problem inside the firm. And my question about that then raises all sorts of new questions about whether there's a systemic issue underneath the system and underneath the company unto itself.
No, there was no liquidity problem. And to be clear, this was done preemptively. So we did this proactively, and thousands of other securities remain tradable on the platform. Customers that held these positions were able to sell them, and we're doing what we can to allow buying and to remove these restrictions in the morning. But also, you might have seen Robinhood has been the #1 app in the App Store overall. So we have seen unprecedented interest due to the fact that finance has been culturally relevant in a way that hasn't been before, and these stocks are going viral on social media. And I think it's really interesting to juxtapose against some of these other questions that we've been having before this. Of course, Robinhood stands for everyday investors. From the very beginning, we have stood for investors, opening up access and giving them the ability to trade commission-free in whatever they want. And we've gotten a lot of criticism that, maybe there should be more restrictions. So it pains us to have had to impose these restrictions, and we're going to do what we can to enable trading in these stocks as soon as we can.